in the winter. Karuizawa is 70 minutes from Tokyo by Shinkansen, a tourist area with very easy access. In winter, Karuizawa has many activities in which you can casually enjoy the abundance of nature. There are also romantic lights in various areas of the town. There are many spots you will want to upload to the SNS. Come and have experiences you can only get in Karuizawa during the winter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Miyota, Japan. Here we are, getting ready for our feature game, our evening game, Saturday night in Miyota. Should be a good one. It's Team Miyu Ueno from Karuizawa in Japan, and they're going to be taking on Seungyoun from Chuncheon in Korea. Team Nakamura being introduced. 2 games are going on here in the Miyota Curling Hall. Our feature match will be right here on Sheet B. Now we are meeting the players. Exchanging handshakes, as is customary in our sport. The sporting spirit of curling exists everywhere in the world. And as we start to run out of 2023, as we're counting down the hours to the new year, wherever in the world you are, this tournament, terrific, spans 2023 and 2024. It's New Year Curling in Miyota. Fantastic format, great innovation. And this should be a really good game. Looking forward to this one. Both teams coming into this game, 1 win, 1 loss. 10 teams are in the competition. They're split into 2 pools of 5. They're playing 4-game group phase, round robin. So the winner of this game won't clinch a semifinal place. But if you don't win this game, your chances of making that semifinal drop a lot. So a lot on the line for Team Ueno and Team Ha. Team Ueno playing the Redstones. They will have last rock in end number 1. So it will be Soojin Kim, lead player for Team Ha, to get us underway. So settle in. If you're joining us from North America, congratulations. You qualify as a curling superfan because on the East Coast of North America, by my calculations, 3 in the morning. So if you've gotten up at this hour to enjoy curling, good for you. And we're really glad that you're here with us. Good first up center guard, sitting right on that center line in the no-tick zone. If you're in Japan, local time there, 5 p.m. So if you are joining us from Japan, welcome to you as well. You don't have to get up at quite such an awkward hour to enjoy the match. And this stone is going to over curl. Push that stone into the rings, leaving it on the center line. So an interesting first couple of stones already here. Team Ueno suffered a 9-2 loss to Team Nakamura and had a win over Karuizawa. That brings them to 1-1. Team Ha also lost to Nakamura. Nakamura undefeated, 3-0. They're playing in Sheet A. We'll keep an eye on that game because they can definitely clinch a semifinal place with a win tonight. They bounced back, Team Ha that is, with a win over Yumi Suzuki. So both teams at 1-1. Looking to keep themselves alive. 4 teams are going to make that semifinal. 2 out of each pool. And these 2 teams looking to stake their claim. Team Ueno playing the red stones. Yellow stone belonging to Team Ha is shot rock. There are threatening stones right in front of that shot rock, so it looks to me like Seungyoun wants to do something with that. Can't see all of it. Maybe see half of it. I think she's just saying, okay, what is the danger of an angle run here? So it does look like Team Ha is going to try to duck around the center guard. Tae Yang, second stone. Stone over curling. It's going to angle bump that center guard. It does leave them overlapped, and it does provide a little bit more cover to that yellow shot rock, but I don't think it's fully protected. Good crowd on hand here. Saturday night in Miyota. Good look from the delivery end. We could see about a quarter of it. Miyu Ueno, second player. Sweeping for curl here. It's got a lot of curling to do. Catches a corner. Pokes it to the back of the 12-foot. Stays in the rings, but it does mean that red is now shot. Very good stone. Will be another draw around that center pile. Team Ha playing out of Chuncheon. I've had the pleasure of visiting Chuncheon. Like Miyota, a real winter sport destination in Korea. This one is sliding deep and it will go right through the rings. So great opportunity now for Team Ueno. With a hammer here in the first, duck another one around, and all of a sudden now starts to feel like 3. The real center for speed skating is Chuncheon. And curling, of course. This one is going to be well clear of the guard. Trying to drag it, if not in the rings, very close to it. They do manage to get it within a few centimeters rather of the front ring. That's a usable rock for Team Ueno, but they would have liked to see it in the rings. Some real trouble now for Team Ha. You get the feeling 4 rocks each to come. Well, I was going to say, looked like they were going to make a play and try to just blow up the front, open it up, but no. The hallmark of so many of these top-tier women's teams is all-out aggression. So it looks like the play is the draw around the pile. Not a great deal of house to work with here. Hey, Rin Kim trying to wrap it around. This one is going to come up light by the looks of it. Great brushing, though. Carrying it a long way. Feathers the front center guard. That actually helped Team Ha a little bit, I think. Puts it into a usable place, but Ueno immediately saying, we can't leave that there. I've been watching a lot of games now on this sheet. It is, of course, right beside the boards where the spectators are. And that curl away from the spectator area towards the center of the sheet has been really tricky. It's been running straight for some spots. You see that one staying reasonably straight. They get a little inside roll. That's a very nice shot. Edge to edge, hidden behind that center guard. But it's set up to jam all day long. Seungyoun letting her teammates know how much of an air gap there is between those two stones. By the look of her hand gesture, not much. Here is Rin Kim. First end of play, 8 end game. She hits what she can see, and yes, absolutely jams. Team Ha lying second and third shot, but all the danger is lurking right in front of the rings. Danger for Team Ha, opportunity for Team Ueno. Those yellow stones on the edge of the 12-foot are far enough to the edge of the circle. You could even split that guard stone on and maybe lie 3 that way. So there's 2 or 3 different ways that this shot could be made. Straight come around, tap back, split. But the only way to have a bad miss is to miss light. And this one is over curling. My gosh, still might get away with it. Double bumps and does promote. So those center stones becoming useful for Team Ueno. Definitely not what they were looking for there. Over curled quite a lot. That's another characteristics that we have seen here on sheet B. From about just outside the 8-foot circle into the center line coming in the turn that she threw. We've seen some rocks really dive over. So a double takeout possibility, but again, not really realistically a double. Almost certainly going to jam, but wants to get rid of at least one. She can get across nose, but I don't think is going to be able to make a double takeout. And there we see the replay on that over curl. Winds up double bumping red. So it does keep the 2 end alive. First look at the delivery of Seungyoun, Ha. Just tickles the top one thin, and now it is big, big trouble for Team Ha. Ueno line 2, one perfectly behind cover. The second one, I think maybe even partly behind cover. Red stone to the top right of our picture. Promotable, splittable. This has got 3+ written all over it. Great opportunity for this Karuizawa rink, and there we get a good look from the delivery end. An edge hidden on the shot rock. I can't see guard being the play here. Split would be terrific. Tap the shot rock behind cover, spill to the wing. Miyu Ueno. This stone is walking over. It's going to clip the top of the two red stones. Sit angle frozen on top of the shot rock. That's actually in a really good place. How does Team Ha remove these? Everyone's going to come up and have a look. There is nothing good here, I can tell you. Might have to gamble. Try to draw around and hide behind. We get a look at the replay here. Just that little feather redirected created the angle freeze. It's almost a nose freeze. You could slam that one, but hit that one on the nose. It jams and it's a draw for 3. You're not going to do any better than that if you play that stone. You could take a big gamble, come in turn, come around the pile, get into the 4-foot area, but you missed that, giving your opponent a draw for 4. So it's kind of like, which poison would you rather drink? Want to get rid of 1 and take our chances that she misses the draw and we only give up 2? Or do we get aggressive, try to get behind cover, get ourselves out of it? They are looking at the draw now. I'm a little surprised they're coming out turn. Mainly because if she hides half, it should be a relatively routine pick for 3. But we did see how much it curls on the in-turn side, so perhaps Team Ha's rationale here is we're a bit more familiar with how this side curls, so let's try this one. Big shot, even though it's the first end of the game. Now everybody is up on the brush. They think it's light, and I think it's over curling. It will, in fact, come onto the nose, and so it will, in fact, be a draw for 4. With 3 in the bag, I'd like another look at the overhead. I was going to say, you could almost get greedy and try a split for 5. You've got 3 already, and they are looking at it. Of course, the sensible call is just draw for 4. We're pretty happy about it. You've got 3 already. Here we look at the replay on the attempted come around. Over curls, comes to nose. Now a great opportunity for the Japanese foursome to open with a huge 4-point end. Final stone on its way for Miyu Ueno. We know how much this curls at the end. They're by the guard. They've got the tap option, remember? And that's what it turns out to be. So count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huge 4-point end for Team Ueno.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at Letterlands.com.
Welcome back to Miyota. Well, what a thunderbolt that was in the first end for Team Ueno. Huge 4-point end. It will now be Team Ha with last rock. And a bit of a mountain to climb. It's one of the great curling cliches. If you're going to give up a big end, do it in the first end of the game when you've still got time to make a comeback. I don't care what time of the game it is. Dropping a 4 is never good. Stone comes to rest, just nibbling the center line. We'll give it no tick zone protection. Does cover a corner of the shot rock as well, so that's a pretty useful guard. Corner guard up for Team Ha. Seungyoun Kim. Sweeping for curl. It's going to get a piece. I'm not sure if it's going to stick around. No, it will spill and it will touch the sideboard, so that comes out of play. Eyes skyward. So good chance now for Team Ueno to use that center guard. Well clear. Sweepers seem unconcerned. It's going to slide to T-line and maybe just past. Comes to rest in the back button. Maybe a quarter hidden. Junko Nishimuro. Indeed, maybe a quarter hidden. You don't need to gamble like crazy if you're Team Ha, but you did throw the corner guard for a reason, so I like this call. Ignore shot rock. It's behind the T-line. Use the corner guard, wrap one around. Try to get something going here. Tae Yang. Good line, but has it got enough weight? No, it's going to come up about 6 feet short. An excellent line. But it really just chokes off the corner guard, and now a great opportunity for Team Ueno. Paraphrase the great Colleen Jones, maybe Christmas tree one around that center guard. Half around and half protect the stone behind the button. Yunko Nishimuro coming down the same path. She should be pretty familiar with the weight. That is pretty darn good. Let's call that a short Christmas tree. Get a good look at it. A good 10-foot run. So not easy by any means, and even if they do make the run, there will still be a center guard there for Team Ueno to use. You're running your opponent's stone in as well. Don't think she's got contact on the stones in the button area. No, she blows it by. So now we're down to thirds rocks. And this end going about as well as it possibly can for Team Ueno after you score a 4. Here you are halfway through the second end. Corner guards are up, but nothing behind them. You've got 2 front and back of the button. A chance to cap them up. Asuka Kenai. His team made a lineup change back in October. Asuka was throwing 4th stones. And then they decided to change it up. Now Mia is throwing 4th stones. Want to creep it over to the center line to get some protection. Would like that to curl another quarter of a rock, I think. May have just left enough of a gap for Team Ha to come rocketing through and maybe make the double takeout. Possibly sit behind cover in the process. Good look at it there. Yes, the entire top stone available. She's a little bit wide in jams. She's still going to roll her stone behind the corner guards, but I think this is the opportunity now to play it a bit aggressive and try to make the double. Tricky spot, though. Hey, Rin Kim looks on. Well clear of the guard. This will jam. Does spill over into second shot position. So although the double takeout wasn't made, that is a very, very good second best result. That does set up the possibility of a 2 now. See how much ice she's taking for the guard. Just 3 feet. Not expecting it to curl a lot. Sweepers letting Mia know this one seems a little bit heavy. Going to a bit of a plan B, but that's very good. We talked about the Christmas tree. There it is. Half around the front. Front stone, half protecting the one in the button. Perfect look at it there from the hack end. Enough of the top stone available to make a play on it. So this is Team Ha accumulating stones on the left-hand side of the picture if they can. She makes the hit and roll here. That brings 3 onto the table. Even though they've been chasing the end, they're still letting their rocks accumulate. Goes by the top one, though. Catches the back one. Spills. And spills out of the rings. Does push the redstone into third shot position in the process, however. So yellow is shot. Even though I don't think that was the rock that they were playing at, winds up being a pretty good result. Still a very good chance here for Miyu Ueno, though. Lots and lots of protection up the center. Good look at it here. Two red stones along the center line are kind of overlapped, so if she can tuck one in edge of the button behind cover, still a good chance for a force and maybe a steal. Don't want to clip that top stone, though. Oh, they just got it by. Wow. That couldn't have been closer. I'm not sure she didn't feather it going past. That was millimeters from being something bad, but it is something very, very good. Terrific shot. Let's have another look. You judge at home. Did that touch the stone? Well, we just changed camera angles. I guess we'll never know, but the result, perfection. Look at that, fully buried. And the angles front to back, not excellent for Seungyoun Ha. She can make contact on the front stone, but I don't think she can hit enough of it to double off the shot rock. So this is still kind of a setup shot. Make a play on the top one, leave your own sitting there. Make me a deal with it, and then hope you can have something on your last. What an excellent draw that was, though, by Miyu Ueno. Just a beauty. Seungyoun Kim sweeping for curl. She's got contact. It's going to be thin. Goes across the top of her own. Leaves yellow sitting third and fourth shot. Pretty sure that red is second shot. They're taking a quick look at it. A little bit of danger now because even though it is a steep double takeout, it is a thin double takeout available on the two reds. I don't think you can just leave them there and let her make a play at it. Hard to say what the best way to defend against it, though, is. If you lob another one into the forefoot, you might set up a triple takeout. You don't want that. If you're just going for the force, you could think about going to the right-hand side of the sheet and lie 3. But if you guard second shot, I'm not sure that's what they're playing, but if you guard second shot, you're basically saying, I'm going to get a force here anyways. Let's see what she decides. Shot's on its way for Miyu Ueno. Staring it down. And this one's over curling. Time for plan B. You're going to bump the guard. If they were alert, they could maybe have swept it up for third shot. Opens up shot rock. Well, that was a pretty poor shot, you got to say. Really let Team Ha off the hook. So a relatively straightforward shot for one. We're pretty sure that the red stone is second shot. Not 100%. We'll wait for the players to confirm once all the smoke clears. Yeah, that attempted come around or guard attempt went disastrously badly for Miyu Ueno. Before she delivered her shot, this shot was not there. Now shot rock pretty much wide open. Still going to make it. And if she makes it, It will be a force, so it's not all bad for Team Ueno, but a real opportunity lost. Could have really cranked up the pressure. This one. Well, goes to nose, so we'll just wait for the confirmation. And kick the rocks off pretty quickly, so let's make the assumption that that is a single point. We'll confirm it after the break if it was in fact a single or a pair, but pretty sure it's just a one. Team Ueno leading it after 2 here in Miyota.
Calling all curlers, novice to pro. Ashland Curling Supply's patented rotator disc system lets you customize your slider right in the store. Velcro attachments make it easy to find the sliding platform that's right for you. Shop Ashland Curling Supplies, 700 McPhillips, online at ashland.com.
Only takes 1 hour by Shinkansen to Karuizawa from Tokyo. You can enjoy abundant nature and various experiences.
Third end underway here in Miyota. Team Ueno from Japan taking on Team Ha from Korea. Team Ueno with a 4-ender in the first. And they had a really good chance to steal the second, but made a mistake on a guard. Team Ha were forced to make a hit and stick for a single, so it was a force. Team Ueno with the last rock here on end number 3. And lots of rocks in play, which is, of course, what we all like. Miyu Ueno. This team from Karuizawa, it's about an hour away from Miyota. Oh, once again, just finessing it by that stone in the top 8 foot. This Team Ueno, they certainly like to squeak guards. Excellent shot. 1/4 buried. Take another look at how close that came. Very, very good. Not easy to do. Tsai Yang. Hyun Kim taking charge on the inside sweep. Now pivoting to sweep for curl. All hands on deck. Comes to rest. Well, 4th shot. Front 12 foot. Useful stones, promotable stones for Team Ha. Guard peeled away. Now the guard is going to be replaced by Team Ha, so that tells us pretty clearly what their strategy is. Protect the heck out of those 2 stones in the front rings and hope to promote them later. Good guard. Covers the right side of the top stone in the sense that can't really make a play at the stones in the rings. Because yellow is going to jam on red all day long. Yunko Nishimuro trying to deal with that front stone, but that is air. And picks out her own stone, my gosh. From disaster to catastrophe. Well, now the tables have turned. Those yellow stones in the front rings, they are all overlapped, so it's ideal now for Team Ha. If they can get another one behind their own three, there are going to be no run-in angles at all, and Team Ueno are probably going to have to spend 2 shots tidying up the mess in front of the rings. So great opportunity here to set up a steal. We often talk about momentum in curling games. It's kind of invisible. Can't see it. Look at this stone. I've seen this a couple of times. You go out wide, and I think there's a little run out there, and it just tracks straight. Sweep it into the rings, grabbing a bite, but it's about halfway into that 12-foot circle. If you come in turn this way, and you get outside about halfway down the 12-foot, it just rides. If you get on the other side of that little ridge, it will dive across to the center line. So Hye-Rin Kim just caught on the wrong side of that tightrope. Good chance now for Team Ueno to tidy up a little bit. It's gotten pretty messy. Asuka Kanai looking to pick up her teammate. Well, they clipped the front. Not ideal, but it at least improves the picture a little bit. Once more to the guard for Team Ha. There we see that brush placement. As I said, the brush target comes 6 inches wider of that. There'd be no way it would curl enough to get to the center line, so it's a real tricky spot out there in that 12-foot circle. You could see the concentration on the face of Hye-Rin as she delivered that stone. She knows too. Can't afford to flare it down there. Now we see how much curl there is on the other side of that little ridge. Comes into the 12-foot. Now, if you're brave enough and you can throw it hard enough to take it on, I think there's a triple takeout there. Hit the top stone. It'll carry him off the second stone. Might jam sideways, though, on the stone on the right-hand side of the picture. Nose hit for a double takeout is safer in the sense that really nothing's going to jam. What you do know for sure is you want to get rid of a couple of yellow stones here. Teammates coming up to have a look at the angles just to give themselves comfort that there is in fact no risk of any jam on the back stone. And I don't think that there is. Trying to get to nose. Asuka Kanai sends the rock on its way. Boy, this has got a lot of weight on it. It's going to jam. Catches the outside one, spills. So that improves the picture a little, but is still not awesome for Team Ueno. Stones in the front rings again are overlapped. So if they can get one in there, it's going to be very difficult to remove. Yeah, we started to talk about momentum. You can just sense it. And in the first end, Team Ueno had all the momentum. And a free draw for 4. Wound up making a tap for the 4. And the second end, Team Ueno had that momentum, but it all started to kind of come unstuck. And Miyu Ueno missed a guard. Gave Seungyoun a pretty easy shot for her 1. And since then, even though Team Ueno's got last rock here in the third, they've been chasing the whole end. So you feel like the momentum has changed a little bit. But if you're going to keep that momentum, you got to get this stone behind cover. And I don't think they've got enough weight on it to do it. Comes to rest, front 12 foot. Still overlapping those 3 stones. Question's going to be, how do you bring that stone of the back 12 foot into the scoring picture? I think after some discussion, they think if we bang the stones in the front, that doesn't really help us much. And there we get a good look at the stone of the back 12 foot. So they could pick off shot rock, and they would leave themselves lying 1 in the back ring. So I was a bit puzzled why they were looking at playing the pick, but that does explain why. It is possible that they could pick shot rock, roll over to the right-hand side and lie 2. That wouldn't be terrible. But we've seen how much curl there is on that intern side, and if you ever do chase shot rock and over curl, clip the top stone, you could be looking at 2 or 3 on your last. So there's no risk-free option here for Team Ueno. I do wonder if she could throw it hard enough, hit the top stone, whether the second of the 3 stones wouldn't pop across the top sideways and maybe themselves lying 2. Long discussion. The danger if you play the top stones, these rings are not lively and the rocks don't look that lively either. So if you're going to bang the top 2 and you're hoping to get 3 stones in motion and get them all out of the rings, you're going to have to fire an absolute rocket to do it, and I'm not sure you can throw it hard enough to make that shot. So after a long discussion and lots of long looks, it will be an attempted draw. Trying to go around the pile to get shot. This is not heavy. Great sweeping, dragging it a long way. And they drag it into second shot position. Good sweep. Now, has that left Seungyoun a chance to, well, certainly a chance to make a double and lie 4. It's a long double though. Very easy tap on her shot rock to improve it and get it behind cover. Here we have a look at another draw earlier in the end and just wrapping around. So they've been flirting with guards a lot. Thing is, if you tap shot rock, you're shot rock already. So all you're doing is you are improving your situation. But, you know, are you leaving your opponent an easier shot? Looks like now they're deciding to come around, but now we're flirting into that ridge zone that we were talking about earlier in the end. Coming out wider and wider, and at some point, as we saw on the rock by Rin Kim, you get too wide, it'll just track and will not curl. Reading ice. It's become a bit of a lost art in our sport. You have to believe what your eyes tell you. So after having a look at that come around, I think they've decided, yeah, we've seen that tracky spot. Can't really afford to try and go down there. Now they're talking about promoting their own front stone. Hitting second shot I don't think is a terrible option. If you make the double takeout, that is. Can angle raise yellow onto red. That's an option. And I think that's the option they've chosen. Hit the top stone, about half of it. Just drive it on an angle onto the red stone. Bit surprised they chose in turn for this shot. But they get action, get the carom, and they get the result. They're lying 1-2. So very good outcome there for Team Ha, and they're going to get their force. No realistic double takeout here for Team Ueno. It'd be really thin. You'd be taking a huge risk playing it. And there we see the action. All the angles in the corner freezes. Lined up very, very well for Seungyoun Ha. Red stone at the back, we believe, is third shot. See how nervous the teams are about that in-turn side coming away from the home end. You'd have to think that shot rock is visible to make a board weight hit on it. But we've seen some interesting things. Good look at it there. Yeah, maybe not wide open, but certainly visible enough. But declining that option, it's going to be a draw against 2. Draws have been tough, and this one does not look heavy at all. It's going to be up to the sweepers to drag it. Huge effort being put in. And they get it there. Yes, they do. Credit that one to the front end. Junko Nishimuro in particular went coast to coast to drag it into the forefoot. Terrific, terrific sweep from this Karuizawa foursome. And that gives Team Ueno a 5-1 lead here in Miyota.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
匂い感じないですけど。ハーブみたいな匂い。もう本当に綺麗なんですよ。
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at Letterlands.com.
And welcome back. We are in Miyota, Japan on a Saturday night. On the cusp of the new year, it's the WCT Japan New Year Curling in Miyota 2024. Very unique tournament. Starts in 2023 and it ends in 2024. You know, we've got fans here watching from all around the world. In this part of the world, Countdown is on to the new year. 30 hours to go in Miyota until the New Year celebrations can begin. And reflecting back on that last shot in the third end, what a fantastic sweeping job by the Team Ueno front end, in particular inside sweeper Junko Nishimuro. It was really a 2-point, maybe a 3-point swing. Kind of thing that wins you curling games. That's why it's a team sport. That's why we love it so much. You can always make a contribution. And I'm sure that Junko, in particular, wanted to make that contribution. It was a bad miss from her. It really got them in trouble, but boy, did she ever do it with the brush. Nice guard made by her right there. As if it was not for the brushing, no way in the world does Team Ueno score one in the third. Good protection of that shot in the rings now. Just a corner of it visible. Tsai Yang thinks the corner is going to be enough. So Seungyoun Ha is going to ask her to make a play down into that area. Sweeping for curl. I don't think they're going to get contact though. No, it scoots right by. So back on the momentum train. Momentum has swung back in favor of Team Ueno. Both teams came into this game 1-1. Both looking to keep their semifinal hopes alive. A loss in this game wouldn't be fatal as far as the semifinals go, but a win here will put you in a great position going into the last group phase game tomorrow. This one is going to clip the front, reposition, and actually open up shot rock. That's quite a poor result for Team Ueno. They've actually exposed their shot more than it was visible before the guard attempt. That's never good. So good chance here now for Team Ha. They've got those corner guards up. Hit half, spill to the wing, get behind cover. All of a sudden you're in business. Looking for the roll. Now they get about half a rock width of roll. Not enough to get protection from the guards. Down to thirds rocks now. Asuka Kanai. Ooh. Yunko losing her footing around the guards. Thankfully did not touch the rocks going by. As a sweeper from a very young age in the sport, I think you become conditioned that if you lose your footing, your own personal safety comes second to the safety of the rock in motion. Not always the wisest thing to do, but it's always the instinctive thing to do. Here in Kim, so it's a little hot. And this will slide past the tee line. How deep will it go? Gonna go to the back 8-foot. So a couple of options now for Ueno. You can just follow that one down. Neutralize it. Fully behind cover. This one's got a lot of curling to do as well, and it looks heavy as well. And this one is going to go sailing into the hack. Oh dear. So the pendulum swings back to Team Ha. Only downside for them, plays around a center guard, but get one in here into even a second shot position, front 4-foot. Then you've got a chance at a 3. Hey, Rin Kim. Trying to make the adjustment. Trying to pull a little bit of weight back, and looks like she's done that. They bind. No! They just feather the front. Kills the momentum of the rock. It comes to rest on the T-line. Cai Yang was trying to do what she could to keep it straight. Just feathered that front stone. It's a good chance now for Team Ueno to remove it in lie 2. I wouldn't mind a little bit of an outside roll and get second shot behind cover if they could. Final draw of today's action. Draw 7. We will be back with 3 more draws tomorrow, New Year's Eve, in Miyota. Gets a little inside roll, ducks behind cover, but maybe sets up a double takeout. Get a better idea if we have a look at from the hog line end. Certainly a pocket to use. Have a look on the replay. Hits, rolls across, leaves themselves lying 2. A lot of discussion here among Team Ha around what to play. 2 stones to come. They've got last rock. Trying to manufacture a pair. Well, the pathway to the 2 stones must be impeded enough by that guard where they don't really think there's a realistic chance to play that shot. Electing to come down this intern path that it's been tried 4 or 5 times in this end. Seungyoun sizes it up from the delivery end, and sometimes it looks very different when you get down there. And it does indeed look like, oh, I think I can see more than I thought. Let's play the out turn. And there's the look we were looking for. Second shot, quite visible, so she can get a cross nose. You know what's going to curl here. They want to get tight to the guard, and they sure do. Good looking shot here. There's one, 2 stones in motion. Very nice shot. Seungyoun Ha was almost too nice, actually. Probably would have preferred it to curl a little bit less and get a little bit more action on that red rock. That's nitpicking. That was a very good stone. Here's another look from ice level. See Seungyoun on the inside sweep trying to keep it straight. Yellow lies 1. Looking to come up with a 2 here and get themselves back in the contest. Trailing by 4. We're in the 4th end of this 8-end game. Tricky little path here from Miyu Ueno. Lots of rotation. Once it starts to curl, there's almost no way to save it, so you got to anticipate the break. Are they by the center guard? Just by. Straight back, double bump, red lies 2. Well, that was flirting with disaster, but they got it past, and terrific shot. Leaves Seungyoun Ha with really no choice but to draw the forfeit on the intern side. Terrific, terrific shot from Team Ueno. Here's another look. Clip that guard. It's disaster. They get it by. Push it straight back and leave themselves lying 2 well protected. Forcing Team Ha to try this tricky draw down the straight path to try and save 1. So really, it's already mission accomplished for Team Ueno. They're going to get the force. Will they get a steal? Need to have full forefoot to score. No, it's going to come up agonizingly short, and it is a steal of 2 for Team Ueno. 1 foot makes all the difference in this sport. It's a 2 on the board as we go to the halfway point. Team Ueno lead it by a score of 7-1.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Fourth end break in Miyota. I'm Hans Fraunlab. I'm glad you are with us. Miyu Ueno and her teammates have seized a 7-1 lead at the fourth end break. Took 4 in the first. Forced Team Ha to take a single in the second. They were forced right back in the third on a great team sweep to get the single. And then in the fourth, after a very nice shot from Miyu, forced Seungyoun to have to draw the 4-foot against 2. Came up 1 foot short, and that's where we are. Team Ueno leading it 7-1 at the halfway break. Three more draws tomorrow. This is the final draw of the second day of this tournament. 3-sheet curling facility here in Miyota. Was built around the time of the Nagano Olympics, 1998. One of the first dedicated curling facilities in Japan. As we've said on other broadcasts over the course of the weekend, a real community effort as we wave hello. This is Yoshi Yamaguchi doing the Japanese commentary. How you doing, Yama? Nice to see you. Always got a smile on his face. Tsuyoshi, one of the real good people in our sport. Played many games against him over the years, and terrific curler, terrific competitor, super fit. And now, got a microphone on, talking about curling. Life is good. I'm sure they're discussing the kinds of things that we're thinking about, as well as if you're Team Ha, how do you come back from here? 4 ends to play, down 6. You know, you can't get it back all at once, but I'm sure the discussion at the halfway point in the Team Ha huddle is going to be, well, if we're going to go down, we better go down all guns blazing. I would fully expect them to throw stacked corner guards and go all out for 3 in the 5th end. If they could do that, they give themselves a bit of a chance. Conversely, if you're Team Ueno, I'm sure the discussion in the huddle is okay. 6 up. If we lose this game, it's going to be because we beat ourselves. They know exactly what their opponents are going to be trying to do. So when you know that, you can plan what you're going to try and do to neutralize it. So I would expect very few rocks short of the rings from Team Ueno. They'll want to keep the play in the house. And here we go. Play resuming in end number 5. Glad you're with us. Miyu Ueno, ably assisted by your teammates. Don't get it into the rings, but they get it close enough to the rings where it's not particularly dangerous to Team Ueno. It'll still be a guard and a rock in play that Team Ha will like to see. Seungyoun Kim. That redstone effectively representing a corner guard for Team Ha. Trying a corner on the other side, but oh gosh. That is not helpful at all. Hogs the rock on the attempted corner guard. Now it's kind of a freebie here for Team Ueno. This team, as we said, from Karuizawa. I've been fortunate enough to visit that lovely town, small city. Not sure how we classify it, but what I do know is it is a beautiful place and has one of the loveliest curling rinks I've ever had the pleasure to visit or play in over my career. They built a curling rink in Karuizawa adjacent to their hockey arena, which was the venue for the 1998 Nagano Olympics. So they used the hockey arena for the curling rink for the Olympic Games, but beside that rink, they built what at the time was something really innovative. It was an ice surface, it was a curling rink in the winter, and then in the summer, the floor of the curling rink would drop down to the base and it would become a swimming pool. So it was a dual-purpose facility. It was a swimming pool and a curling rink, all in one building. Half the year, people go for a swim to stay cool, and half the year they would curl in the wintertime. Then about, 10 years ago now, maybe more, the folks in Karuizawa built the now Karuizawa Curling Hall, literally across the street from that swimming and curling facility. 6-sheet curling facility, and it is an absolute stunner. And speaking of a stunner, that's a very nice come-around draw. Karuizawa, of course, recently hosted the Karuizawa International Invitational. Very, very popular tournament. Attracting some of the biggest names in the sport. In this event in Miyota. Curling tour events in Hokkaido. There's a lot of top-flight curling happening in Japan these days, and there is an absolutely huge fan base for it in this country. Corner freeze, nice shot. Saw Miyu holding the angle of her brush up to show her teammates. That's a code that's really been developed, and I like to see teams use it. Really just visibly displaying the angle to her teammates around how they're staggered and corner frozen. So you just hold up the brush, and that kind of represents how steep the angle is. Very effective way to communicate. Comes to rest, bumps and spills. Pushes the red rock squarely straddling the center line. Rocks are beginning to accumulate, though. We talked at the beginning of the end for Team Ueno. They would not want to have rocks short of the rings and rocks in play, but they are beginning to accumulate, not quite uncomfortably yet, but getting there. Tai Yang. Makes the hit, gets the inside roll. And now Team Ha is in business. Even though Red's line won. Angles for jams. Chance for a double takeout, but I'm not sure if she can see all of the target rock in the front of the 8-foot. Brush goes down. I'm sure that Miyu is thinking, let's get rid of one of these anyways. Asuka Kanai. It's going to flirt with the guard, and she clips it going by. Trouble, trouble, trouble for Team Ueno. Interesting call here from Ha. Saying, what if we hit that guard and spill it into the top 12-foot? If they could make that, that would open up the possibility of a 4 or a 5. But after that little bit of rush of blood, thinking a little bit better of it and saying, if we want to get a rock there, let's just see if we can't just draw one there instead. It would be nice to get rid of that guard, but probably more important to position this rock in a place that they want to, and usually drawing it there is the easiest thing to do, but saying that, this in-turn path going away from the glass, very, very tough to read. This one will, in fact, overcurl. So difficult to get the line right on that in-turn side coming away from the glass. Covers the second shot rock. But has she shown enough of the top rock for Asuka to make contact to nose? She wrecked on the center guard on her first attempt. Looks like she's going to get another go at it here. Rock is on its way. Here we go. Lots more weight. Definitely wider. No problem with the guard this time. Bang, bang. Rocks are in motion. And she leaves themselves lying first and second shot. Would have loved to push that Yellowstone out of the rings, of course. But that's a pretty good result. Nice shot. Still a very nice chance for Team Ha. Those Yellowstones are still hanging around the rings. So if they could ever force another miss, timeout is going to be called. There is a port to the shot rock, but that is down that straight out turn side. And if you get through the port, you're going to be curling away from the target rock. So you're probably going to roll into the open. Play a hit and roll on the top one, you're going to jam. So you don't want that either. That doesn't really help you. Need a little coaching input. Communicate what they can see from the delivery end. Remember what we said at the beginning of the end for Team Ha. At the halfway point, I'm sure they were saying, we got to get 3 here. We got to get 3. So, if you got to get 3, a couple of ways you can do it. Front stone just short of the rings. Yellow stone is promotable. You could tap yellow back onto red. I think that would actually be my first choice. You could make a play at the stone that she's looking at now in the front of the 8-foot. Reason I don't like that, if you're trying to get the inside roll, red is jamming onto yellow, and you're maybe not going to be lying 3. You may not even be lying 2. And you're taking the risk of trying to get it underneath and get under cover. And if you do roll behind cover, then maybe your opponent just comes along and throws up a guard and says, okay, take your 1. Nose hitting that rock, I think, is an option. Nose hit the red, second shot. That would give you something you could run in or use on your last, or sitting there as a rock to accumulate to maybe get your 4. Now they're looking at the center run. Personally, I would save that for another rock. I think I'd be hitting second shot. You're going to have to deal with shot rock eventually. So it depends how big you want to go to try and get 4. You may not get another chance to have a pass at it, so maybe you make that try right here and now. So after the timeout and all the discussion, decision's made. Doesn't look like they're going to try the raise on the Yellowstone. Need to hit it very precisely. It's going to hit it a little bit high side. Oh, that is almost perfect. A little unfortunate to pick the stone off in the back 12 in the process, but that's a very nice shot. Opens up the center line. Shows the outside part on the left-hand Yellowstone, but that's on the straight out-turn side, and it's going to be hard to chase. That's a pretty good result. Now it's Team Ueno. There we get a good look at it from the hack end. Yeah, that longer center guard really making a pass directly at Shot Rock impossible. So it's going to have to be a run back. And there we get another look at the replay. From a shot earlier in the end, tap, tap, bump. So this one takes on a lot of importance. It's about a 6-foot run back. You miss this one, you know that your opponent has got a pretty good chance to score 3. You make it, you get out of the end. She does not make it. Gets a little bit fortunate going across the top and bumping and neutralizing third shot. So a little bit of a break there for Team Ueno. But still a 2, at least. A possibility for Team Ha. Don't think they could make a play at the red stone in the rings. Two would be good, but certainly not as good as 3. Now turn draw, and this side closer to the center line. We should see a little bit more curl, not a lot though. See how straight it's tracking. Tsai Yang trying to sweep for some curl, but it's just not moving. Don't want to set up a double. Comes to rest, full 8-foot second shot. That was well judged. So Team Ueno pretty content now to give up a 2. Choosing to hit second shot. Or hit Shot Rock, rather. And this is not a danger-free shot either. If we have another look from the delivery end, we'll see that there is a corner guard lurking just out of the picture now. We do know on the outturn it is pretty darn straight. So if she ever sets this, could wind up clipping the corner guard, and then the 3 is very much back on the table. Here it comes. Sweepers on it immediately. They think it's narrow. Trying to hold the line. They get the hit, they get the roll, and they get behind cover. Wow, what a great roll that was. Great job by the sweepers as well. Fantastic roll. That one rolled 6 feet, and there's the result. Not perfectly behind cover, but maybe 2/3 buried. Very nice shot. There's a play to get to it, to score 2, but it is not an easy play. So once again, credit the sweepers. Very effective front end sweeping from Team Ueno. Miyu Ueno, Junko Nishimuro, holding the line, keeping that rock on target enough to get that roll, half behind cover. Last stone coming up, and number 5 for Seungyoun Ha. And just a delicate downweight hit, trying to push her opponent's stone back out of the rings and trying to score 2. Again, just straddling that center line, now making a very gradual move off it, but not enough, and it is a steal of 1 for Team Ueno. That straight turn punishes teams yet again. Hiding half wound up being enough. Steal of 1, Team Ueno lead it 8-1 after 5.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, Bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Light up your love for curling with our customizable neon LED lights from Letterlands. Choose your new neon mixed doubles partner or make a statement with a neon curling rock in your window. Also actual Letterlands. Use discount code WHOA for 15% off. Only at Letterlands.com.
And welcome back. Saturday night in Miyota. WCT Japan New Year Curling in Miyota 2024. Well, we're on the cusp of 2024. Just about 6:30 p.m. now in Miyota. That means the countdown is on for New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, a very big deal in Japan, as it is in most parts of the world. And it is the Japanese team, Team Ueno, enjoying an 8-1 lead over Team Ha from Korea. Team Ha higher ranked in the world rankings, but Team Ueno come out blazing today, opening the game with a huge 4 in the first. And they really haven't looked back since. There have been a few speed wobbles along the way, but they've survived them all. And with that steal in 5, absolute commanding lead. Team Ha trying to stack corner guards. Just push that stone a little bit too far to the boards to be useful. Junko Nishimuro. Team Ueno, it's going to be fill the rings, and with a 7-point lead, you even dare to think about the unthinkable, which is kind of the old school way of defending leads, and that's just throwing it into the hack. They don't really need or want rocks in play at all with a 7-point lead. Tai Yang trying to come around that corner guard. Now you feel 3 is an absolute must for Team Ha. That's why they tried to stack the double corners. That's why they're going around the corner now. That's why they would ignore stones in the 4-foot circle. Yeah, I don't think there's any percentage chasing third shot. Well, they're going to do it. Me, I'd just be up in front of that guard ripping it. Well, gets the job done. Picks off third shot, rolls into the pile. So at some point, Seungyoun just cannot ignore those red stones. You got to deal with them eventually if you're going to score. So it's time to switch gears now. As much as you'd love to use that corner guard, you're going to have to draw into the pile. Try to bump them, jiggle them, maneuver them around. Try to force a miss or a half shot. Just graces that top stone. Yep, no sense mucking about. Hammer the yellow. If you lose the red on the button, no biggie. The good news, coming outside in, turn side for the right-handers. You've seen enough rocks coming down this sheet over the course of the 2 days. You're pretty confident that it's going to go pretty straight if you throw it on a good line. Sweepers sprinting to try and catch it. I didn't know you could throw it that hard. Nice shot by Asuka Kanai. It's hard as a sweeper sometimes if you get the surprise turbo weight. You got to get on your horse and catch it. That was a very nice shot. Lots of stones in the 4-foot circle for Team Ha to freeze to. This one, though, a little bit heavy. It's going to bump. Create some separation. So, once again, time to saddle up for Asuka Kanai to fire a rocket. Here it comes. Sweepers were much more ready for it this time. And that's a terrific shot. Lots of stuff and big pockets to freeze to. But removing yellow stones, and that's job one. You start looking at the scoreboard, and at this point in the game with a 7-point lead, that is who you're playing. You're not playing your opponent anymore. You're playing the scoreboard. You're counting rocks, looking around, saying, okay, even though they've got a pile of stuff to freeze to, even if we pooch our last 2 shots, worst we're going to be is 4 up with 2 to play. That's not a bad place to be. Team Ueno, of course, will not want to drop 3, and that's not what I mean at all. But that's the worst possible thing that could happen to them from here. Seungyoun comes out to join the sweep. They do have to get this thing into the 4-foot circle. Well, they do just get into the front 4, but... third shot, I think. It's at least put it at a more awkward angle for Team Ueno, so there is a higher risk of a jam now. But there is still enough clearance if they can figure out where to put the brush to hit it high side, to poke it out the side door. Yeah, big comebacks are not impossible. Been involved in a few myself. So you don't want to look ahead too far. Take care of the business right in front of you. And the question you always ask yourself in these situations, or at least the question I always asked myself when I was skipping in these situations, when you're in a strong, advantageous position like Team Ueno are, say, if I didn't throw anything at all, if I just declined throwing this rock, what would happen? Could they get 3? And I think the answer to that might be no. They might get 2, but I think if you didn't throw this rock at all, hard to see how Team Ha scores 3. But if you do throw this rock and you pick it out clean, no problem at all. Great shot. Miyu Ueno, Team Ueno, line 5. So that resets the calculator yet again. Now the best Team Ha can do is a pair. And on the grand scale of curling reactions, giving up a 2-point end for Team Ueno falls squarely into the acceptable category. 3, you'd be pretty angsty and upset if you dropped a 3. Give up a 2. You've got last rock 5 up with 2 to play. You'd take that in a heartbeat. But to manufacture the 2, Seungyoun has to really freeze this one in there somewhere welded. And her sweepers are saying it's a little bit heavy, and we see how straight it tracks. She has got no cover at all from a frozen rock. It will come to rest in shot rock position, but it should be fairly easy pickings for Miyu Ueno to remove that and leave her own stones undisturbed. You do get the feeling, well, I don't even want to say it. You know what I'm thinking, of course. If Miyu was to make this shot, would this be a game-ending shot? Here it comes. This one is a little inside out. Just keeping it clean so they're not too concerned about it. And bang, right on the nose. And Team Ueno. Lie 6. 1 rock to come here in the 6th end, so this end has gone exactly as Team Ueno would have liked to dial it up. Absolute worst case scenario, it's a force and they give up 1. And that leaves you 6 up with 2 to play. And happy days. And if for some reason Seungyoun floats this one a little bit, and if they were to give up any kind of a steal, I think we could safely say it might be game over. Here it comes to stay in the game. Seungyoun sweeping for curl. They do get it to nose, and they just count the single point. So, Team Ha staying alive, but nope, they're saying that is enough. Down 6, that is too high a mountain for us to climb. We're going to get some rest tonight, come back tomorrow, and try it all again. So congratulations to Miyu Ueno and her teammates. A convincing 8-2 win over the higher-ranked Seungyoun of Korea. Big win for Team Ueno. That takes them to 2-1, and they are squarely in the picture, having a chance, if they can come up with another win tomorrow, give them a chance to play in the semifinals. So that will do it for us tonight from Miyota. Hans Frauenlob here, and thank you very much to all the fans for joining us. More curling to come tomorrow, 3 more draws tomorrow, New Year's Eve. And then New Year's Day 2024, the grand finale, the semifinals and the finals. But that will do it for us tonight from Miyota. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you again tomorrow from Miyota.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, Bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.